Hello and welcome to another live stream and video of Animation 3 solo match. I don't know what happened, but I had recorded this episode once already and it did not show up in my account. So I have to redo it, which is fine. Because none of the videos I have are scripted. I'm just talking. Talking because I wanted it to feel more like, like we're sitting across the table from each other and I'm just telling you some things about my life and my experiences and so forth. So that's why you'll hear me repeat a lot of words that I have a habit of saying also. Like and so forth, and I don't know, I just have my own quirky little way of talking and using certain words regularly, so if you can bear with me and know that that's just how I speak. Yeah. But today we're gonna talk about my other grandparents. Not the ones that I grew up with on the farm, but my mother's parents, who were raised in and lived in the city when I was growing up. So my mom was a city girl and she married a country boy. And so I've had exposure from little on of both worlds, you know. And it was definitely a very, very different way of life. My grandparents in the city, they had a smaller home. They had 4 daughters, so it was my mom and her 3 sisters. And they really didn't do much. I mean, they sat around the table and talked and maybe did some crossword puzzles, talked on the phone to their friends, went grocery shopping, or and that was about it. That was that set of grandparents' life that I saw. My grandpa was very much into his TV. I mean, he had cable, he had thousands of channels to watch, and he literally would sit there all day and watch TV. His favorites were always football and martial arts films. When we'd go there to visit, when I was very young, my grandma had a little box of old toys that she would pull out of the closet for my sister and I to play with. But honestly, when you come from a farm and there's not a lot to do there, we were bored a lot, so we'd have to go there with my parents. So normally I would end up watching TV with my grandpa and my dad if he came along, and my sister would sit with my grandma and my mom at the dining room table, and they would just sit and talk about anything and everybody. So for me, it was very, very, very boring. The only great memories that I really have of bonding with my grandfather was when we would go fishing, or he would tell me stories about him going fishing, and he used to know every lake in the state I grew up in, every map, every highway that went there. He could pull out a map and tell you exactly where this lake was or that lake was, and what he caught there and how many, and he was that kind of a guy. He liked to do little magic tricks with cards and that in front of me. And then he would just laugh. He would laugh when he could see that I didn't get how he did it, you know. So my grandmother, I did not spend a lot of time with her, other than when I would accompany my mom and her to go grocery shopping, and I would help push the cart or help bring in groceries and that kind of thing. So, but for special occasions, we would go into the city and pick them up and bring them out to the farm for the 4th of July, or every year my parents used to have a corn roast in the summer at their farm. So all of my city aunts and uncles and my grandparents would come out for that. And so there was numerous occasions where both sets of grandparents were together, and they always got along. They didn't really have a problem with each other or anything like that. And my mom was very much a city girl, because when she first got married to my dad, she helped on the farm a lot, but she didn't like it. So eventually, when I was like in late grade school, she started working outside the home. And so she always only worked part-time, though, because she was a stay-at-home mom otherwise when I was very young, and she didn't really care to work full-time. So she worked like 4 days a week from like 8 to 4, and she was done. You know, that was enough for her. So And I don't think either one of my grandparents had outside jobs. My grandmothers, they did not work outside the home either. My grandfather, though, that was the city grandfather. He used to be a I didn't know about that. I didn't know about that guy right there. I'm stuck. But he used to be a carpenter, and he helped build a lot of the homes in that city where they lived. So he would tell stories about that sometimes, or else he would tell his fishing stories. So and that's pretty much what I remember. Oh no! I died. I knew I was gonna slide off of that thing because I couldn't see no zip lines to get down. Ugh. That's alright though. We'll go back in for a second. We're gonna talk a little more about the city. Ooh, that's loud. My one aunt and her two kids, a boy and a girl, my cousins, lived upstairs from my grandparents during that time as well. And so we would go upstairs and visit them too. My cousin, the female cousin, she played piano. So she would often do that at any family function that we had too, because my parents had a piano also that my farming grandparents purchased for my sister and I so that we could take piano lessons. So I took piano lessons for 4 years in grade school. So yeah, and one time I remember that cousin that plays the piano also, she took us on a city bus one time, my sister and I, and took us to the nearest shopping mall. And they had an ice skating rink there at the time, which we went and watched the skaters for a while, and then we did a little shopping and came home on the bus. So that was my first experience on a city bus. But normally that cousin and her brother, they would just stay in their rooms all day and listen to music all day and keep their rooms like perfectly clean and neat and organized, because they really had nothing else to do unless they would go out, you know. So that was different also. That they could find enough like enjoyment out of doing just that and nothing else. You know, they had no other hobbies. They had no other like outlets. Like, I know they were on the phone a lot with their friends, or once they started dating, their boyfriend or girlfriend, but unless they took the bus and went to the mall, they really didn't do anything else that I could see, you know. So it was just so different compared to the farm life. Oop, I think we're gonna have to go this way, actually. I see the line now. Let's go back this way. So yeah, I got exposure to both sides of the coin from early on. City life and farm life. But I always liked the farm life better because I was just such a huge animals was more me, so later in life as an adult I did live in the city for a while and had to take the city bus and all of that, so I'm familiar with that. I'm familiar with that style of living now as an adult also. But I still prefer like country life. I like the convenience of city life, or but overall I still like country life. And I have that entrepreneurial spirit from the farm too, with all the different income streams that we had on the farm. So yeah, my city grandpa, he used to like to catch walleyes. Like that was his fish of choice, was to catch walleyes, or maybe bluegills too, but he always talked about walleyes. And one time my dad took my grandpa and I fishing, and that's what we were fishing for, and we found a spot where we were catching a bunch of walleyes, and he was so happy. I just remember that. And he talked about it for a long time after that too, so that was my grandpa. He was a carpenter and a fisherman. Hee. He's trying to get my helper there instead of me. He should have went for me, actually. We'll take that, and we'll take this one. Oh, now the storm is gonna come this way, so now I gotta go back this way. Oh, there's people shooting up here too. Okay, we're in the circle at least here, so we got shooting on the left over here. Anyways, so yeah, we would go into town and get my grandparents sometimes for different things going on the farm that we knew they were interested in, especially the 4th of July, because they had a lot of people there that they knew. And my parents actually met in my dad's small town or village because there was a wedding going on there, and they're actually third cousins. So there was similar people there at the wedding, and that's where they met, and then they started dating after that. So small world. He's coming. He saw me, I think. No, he didn't see me? Ooh. Okay, well. Alrighty then. Huh, I'm behind them. They're gonna try to shoot my bot. They're fighting with my bot right now. Get this thing here. Get up higher. Yeah. Did you get him, Mr. Bot? You probably didn't. Nah, I don't trust you. Here they come. Got him. Whee. Yeah, we'll go this way. He's throwing me bullets all the time. Behind me. Come on, Mr. Banana Bot. Get up here. There it is, a good spot to hide for a second. If you don't give me away, Mr. Bot. Wow. There's Peely, but he's missing half his peel. And the rest. Uh-oh. I heard a chainsaw. Maybe we'll go up, see if we can see anybody. That sounds creepy. But yeah, on my mom's side, I have Well, I should say, I had 4 aunts, 3 uncles, because the one aunt got divorced. On my dad's side, I had 5 aunts. No, 1, 2, 3. 3 aunts, 2 uncles, and they were all married. And then I had 21 cousins on my dad's side. And I babysat for almost all of them on my dad's side over the years. Almost all of them. My mom's side, my cousins were older than me. My dad's side, they were all younger than me. I was the oldest. I was the oldest granddaughter on my dad's side. So even my cousins on my dad's side did not have the relationship that I had with my grandparents growing up, because it was my sister, then me, and then my cousins that were born after that lived in Illinois, so they were much further than us. They were in a whole nother state. So so I had many years with my grandparents, like, to myself, basically. Because my sister was not a farm person. She didn't like hanging out. She would rather just stay with my mom at home. So So yeah, when I tell people that my grandparents basically raised me, it's because I spent all my time on the farm with my grandparents. I stayed overnight there even a lot. Ooh. I'll take that. Sure. Nah, you ain't gonna get me with that. Told you wouldn't get me with that. Oh my goodness. There's 5 people left. Come on, bot, do something for me. down to 2 more people. Oh, what the heck? I got too many good weapons. I don't know what to give up. Oh, we're down to 1 person, so if I don't win this, I'm gonna be upset. I got full health, full shield, pretty much full health. I hope he doesn't have one of those disastrous. Oh, he's way over there. Is that him right there? Yeah, that sure is. He over there. I see him. I'm pretty sure that's him. He's trying to get in the circle before me. Yeah, that's alright. We'll get you with my chain, buddy. Yeah, bruh. Let's do this. Yes! Hee hee! Woohoo! Yay! I won! Alrighty, people. Thank you for watching again. Tune in next time.